Now we're over in the kitchen, serving up a soup and Sambo combo in the kitchen this morning, apparently.
Martin O'Donnell from the 12 Hotel in Barna, County Galway is doing the honours today. Martin, good morning.
Hi,
Good
Martin.
morning, guys.
Now, knowing you, this is going to be soup and Sambo with a little twist in. What have you got for us, boss?
So what we're starting is a really simple potato soup that it's kind of the basis of all soups, how they start. Potatoes, our onions, garlic and stuff like that. So we're going to make a really simple potato soup, but we're going to have some really cool garnishes. So
Well, let's start about the fact that you're using some really cool and beautiful
Cool butter, yeah.
Martin gave me
look
some
at
of this
this.
to take home the last time he was on. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Where's this
that
from, Martin?
this one is from Ball in County Mayo. It's a real country butter that really smells like it should. So it's a real old style butter, but it's
Beautiful.
it's the one we use in the restaurant all the time.
Okay, and you
in the
buy it in
hotel.
this foil tube. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cool.
It's,
So, butter and
Okay.
onions.
So this one is shallots.
Oh, shallots,
So
sorry.
shallots a little bit sweeter. So it's the basis of any normal soup.
Okay.
And we're going to start with a little bit of garlic as well. So we'll just get those going. I'm not going to put too much garlic in because we're going to come back with the wild garlic
Is that just
as well.
garlic puree that you
That's
had in
just
there?
diced garlic, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
diced
So
garlic.
we're going to start off with some leek.
Some of my favourite ingredients in the world.
Leek.
Garlic, butter, leek. I love leek.
Yeah, it's a lovely combination, isn't it?
So sweet.
So this is how we would start all the soups in the hotel. So it's shallots, garlic, leeks, a little bit of celery and fennel. So
Celery now, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of celery. in
You
the
wouldn't
world.
go out of your way for it, yeah. I
just-
think it's just kind of tasteless,
it's just
actually.
the base of the soup, you know.
Yeah.
It's really just to get us started. So any soup that you're making, mushroom, tomato, leek, whatever it is, this is always the good start.
That's a bit of fennel, is it?
It's just a little bit of fennel as well. It just starts the soup really nicely. So we sweat them off nicely in some shallots. We get in the leeks and the fennel. And then what I've brought along is some wild garlic.
Now, this is an interesting. This was foraged.
This is forage. It's in such abundance at the moment. Kind of felt I had to bring it with me. So it's grown all over the forest. It's everywhere. Like
See, I think, Martin, people wouldn't know. That could be growing in your own garden. You wouldn't have known it's wild garlic.
yeah, it's everywhere at the moment, and
Is it
that's
really?
oh yeah, all over the woods, the forest, any trails that you go to, probably Phoenix Park,
And
everywhere
there's
like
not a
that.
huge aroma off it.
No, this was picked yesterday morning, so it had, you know, and it's been in water. But if you're walking through the woods, even
smell
these
it.
days, you'll smell.
So have a look out for it. And if you do pick it, bring it home, wash it and get going.
Definitely wash it a few times. What we do
Okay.
is we plunge it into a full sink of water and leave it there for maybe a half an hour. The other thing I would say is try and pick off the tracks so there's no dogs kind of walking
okay.
on.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly,
so
yeah.
maybe in a less kind of busy area. But then what we do is we take it back, we wash it a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, and then you can use it. So
Okay.
it's fabulous in soups. It's really lovely at Easter time. You can use it as a pesto, a wild garlic
Very
pesto with
nice.
parmesan,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
lemon. Really lovely with roast lamb, maybe for Easter Sunday.
Beautiful.
You know, so
And would you treat it in terms of like a spinach leaf, or
exactly like spinach. You can
Right.
saute in a little bit of butter, really nice.
I wouldn't say it
and quickly
takes
as well.
much cooking at all.
Not at all.
It wills.
You know, and we make a little oil. You can use it for garnishes. You know, even I heard you talking about gratin earlier on. Even
Yeah,
a gratin
yeah.
potato.
Lovely
Beautiful.
idea.
You know, instead of using bought-in Chinese garlic, that you're using lovely Irish products. You
Now,
know?
what's happening here, Martin?
So these are potatoes for the soup. So the key is that they're all cut the same. That they're all in a similar
size.
Now, obviously, you don't
Now,
want this and this going in the pot at
Are
the
you
same
looking?
time.
Are you looking for a waxy potato that'll hold its shape, or are you looking for a floury potato? What's the best for the job?
For the soup, for me, for potato soup, I think a floury, dry one.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a waxy one, you're not going to have that kind of lovely potatoey flavour that's lovely
yeah.
and dry. So I think the most ideal is a good quality potato as well. So what you put into your soups is very important. So if you're
course.
buying really good organic, good quality vegetables, you're going to have a lovely, lovely soup. Whereas I feel if you buy cheaper vegetables, it's really hard to make a cheap soup or a
good
nice soup
soup
out
out
of cheap
cheap,
vegetables.
yeah.
So
Okay.
the key, always try, obviously it comes down to your price and budget
What
as
you
well.
can afford.
One interesting thing as well, you haven't seasoned that at all yet.
No.
And I'm not really going to season
No, I
it a
was
lot
thinking,
because
yeah.
you have lovely flavours of all these
Yeah.
great veggies. We have the garlic, you have some cream and butter as well, so really
It
it's going
doesn't
to
need a
taste
huge amount of
minimal.
help, does it?
Minimal. So in with the potatoes, they're kind of diced the same size,
Yeah.
and I'm going to cook it in milk.
Oh right.
Yeah, so we're going to add some milk and some water. I will
All right. Milk
add
and water.
a little
Pinch
hint
of pepper, salt.
salt and pepper, and also a bay leaf.
Lovely.
And this is, like, when we're making it in the hotel, we want that really Snow White leek soup. So we don't use any of the greens of the leeks. We use just that lovely white part of the vegetable. So when we're cooking this, we're going to let this simmer for maybe 35, 40 minutes for those potatoes to come down lovely, soft and tender. We're going to blitz it, but then we're going to add some of the garlic into it and blitz it into it.
Oh, so you only add it then?
At the end, so it stays, so then it should turn like Kermit the Frog green. It's this luminous green soup.
What ratio was the milk and water, chef?
I think the more important thing is when you're actually buzzing it, if it's too thick, don't be afraid to add a little bit more, that you can use a little bit of initiative as well. So if you feel that it's not easily buzzing, that you add that maybe half a pint more of chicken stock or veg stock or milk or cream. So I think that's the more important part, is that you're watching it as you're doing it.
Okay, so when we come back then, you're going to finish the soup, you're going to make a beautiful garnish.
We're going to have loads of different types of garnishes. We have these lovely potato crisps. We're going to have sourdough toasties.
Are these the things that you've been picking up this morning?
No, these are the things that I've been picking up this morning.
These are
sensational.
Baked
These
potatoes.
are the potato skins.
Yes, but these are, in the hotel we make mashed potatoes, so we bake the potatoes in their skins, we scoop them out and we make mash.
I do this for you.
So then you're left with these. So what we do is we take a little spoon and we scrape off the excess potato and we deep fry them for 2 or 3 minutes, season with some lovely mayo, Achill Island sea salt, and pop them in the oven. So these are going to be the garnishes that we're using for the soup.
You're not going to have any left with the next segment.
Okay, don't give away the top of it.
Looking forward to trying this later on.
Lots of people
Martin.
will have a bay tree as well. They can take the bay leaves
Yeah.
from. I just discovered that myself recently as well. Lots more still to come. Stay with us. Thanks, Martin.